name is William Goldie Glenn. I'm a bass player for basically 30 years. I'm right now the musical director for a guy by the name of Dr. V.Shawn Trent. He has an album coming out, smooth jazz, funk, R&B, and it should be released in probably the late fall, late summer, early fall. And I'm the musical director of it.
Well, Soul Unit was a band that I came in collaboration with. That's actually a band with my bass player, who's also my music director. So they were formed a few years prior to me hooking up with them.
So how we met through some people a while back that didn't work out. He kept me around.
Yeah, my name is Jerron King Rush Monk, last name Monk, being a great nephew to the late great Thelonious Monk, being second cousin to his son T.S. Monk, as well as a second cousin to Shirley Murdoch, being the first cousin to my mother, as well as being a second cousin to Winston and Bradford Marcellus, being the first cousin to my father, David Monk Sr., as well as Lou Ross being a third cousin, being a second cousin to my mom, and as well as my aunties. Shout out to my aunties, the staple singers, you know. So I have a very big bloodline of music inside of me. So, you know, I never had a lesson, and I never was taught by anybody but the man above. So, you know, I just try to keep the legacy going.
My sound is, it's actually a mixture of soul, gospel, jazz. It has a very fusion type of texture to it.
I think it has a hint of that funk. He wants to bring the funk back, and it's still kind of like a easy listening jazz sound too. But I hear that funk in there, and I want that, I like that groove that you try to get in there. Yep.
V.Shawn sound is a soulful, jazzy kind of funk sound. But that's what he wanted. Then he changed producers and they try to make it more smooth jazz. He didn't want that. And like I said earlier, we met through another person. And when he heard what I could bring to the table, I brought my group in, which is called Soul Unit, okay? And we changed the flavor to his sound and gave him more energy, what he needed.
My name is Akila Merriweather. I'm a violinist. I've been playing for 20 years. I started out around 8 years old. Then moving on past middle school, went to Renaissance, and then went to Interlochen Arts Academy. Then moving on, went to State, Michigan State, and then Eastern, and then Wayne, college girl. And I performed with Battle Creek Symphony, DSO Mentor Group, Jackson Symphony, and we performed like with Anne Murray before.
The sound of V.Shawn is it's a neo-soul, innovative, new creative sound, meaning that it's forever room to change, for change and more creation.
I played for several people when I was younger, and I took a break. Like my first professional gig was with the Brides of Funkenstein, which was a backup group for George Clinton. Then right after that, I started playing with Norman Connors. Then after that, I did a few stints with Michael Henderson, a few gigs with Gene Kine.
One thing I would like the world to know is that old school, neo-soul, all of that is not dead. And it's time for revitalization, especially in this area, in the Midwest area, and that's what I would like to do.